They're just so pretty. Howdy and welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Diana Chu here at Slow Gaze. I kicked off a special series on my channel very recently and I'm calling it Rolling Reviews, where I review products over time, show my updated thoughts, show how I'm using it differently, and hopefully use up my stash in a more thoughtful way. In my rolling review today, I am featuring the Kosas Sun Show Baked Bronzer in all three shades. I bought them all, yes, and I love them all. I'll tell you why. I'll put them on my face. I do have quite a strong application on my face right now because I really wanted to show you how it would show up and what it would look like on this complexion. So if you haven't already, please think about subscribing. It would really help my little channel grow. If you're already subscribed, go ahead and hit that notification bell down below and tell you every time I upload new content, which is every single week. I go through every single shade, how I think it should be used, how I personally use it, and the versatility and the smell. I think that's a point of contention out there. If you dig into the ingredients, they have a lot of yummy oils and a lot of good moisturizing ingredients. Before I blather on, let's dive in. Good morning. I guess I film in the mornings. Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I am here in Milwaukee. It is a glorious summer day. We've been having really lovely weather. These seem to not have gone away in hype. I personally want to use these up because I have all three colors. These are cruelty-free. They are also vegan and the packaging is recyclable. I have the shade Light right here, and it's supposed to be a one-step highlight, glimmer, contour, and bronzer all at once. Light medium skin. I'm definitely more tan in the summer than I am in the winter, where I can get very, very pale. You can see that there's almost zero color payoff when I just swatched this on the back of my hand. Medium shade actually broke because the hinge is so small and flimsy. I love it still. I still use it and it still pops on and stays. I love that it looks like a little bit of sea glass. This is the medium shade. Taking it down here, that's perfect for my skin tone. I've read some reviews on Sephora calling this smelly and orange. I will fully address the smell as best I can. It is looking quite orange if you have to categorize it as such, but in the way that you use it, I think it can be a much more versatile product. So since this isn't my first impression, here's deep, I want to talk a little bit about the fact that it's called a bronzer to begin with. Oh, that's so gorgeous. These should not have been called bronzers. I know that's a strange thing to say, but because there are only three shades, I don't think this is a very universal shade range, especially for very deep, rich chocolate skin tones. This cannot be called a contour bronzer and highlight all in one, please. I'm not a copywriter. I don't know how to name these products, but I definitely think of them more as versatile products that are supposed to give you a little bit of glimmer, a little bit of highlight, maybe a little bit of blush, eyeshadow, like extremely versatile colors that I love to have in my kit so I can warm up my complexion or use it as a one-stop shop. Yes, I have every single color they currently offer, but I have no regrets and I will show you why. The light one doesn't have too much kick up. I'm using a nice fluffy powder brush. Yes, it looks quite beigey and orange on my brush currently. I'm tapping off the excess and it has this nice peachy cast to it, kind of where my highlight would be, and it's showing up kind of peachy. It's giving me a little bit of warmth. This is, to me, my least versatile shade. If I were to buy these shades again, I would not get light. It is so close to my skin tone, and maybe you could use this instead of a foundation, a powder foundation. Maybe you could use this as a perfecting powder or like a mineral veil, because it's supposed to be non-drying, non-cakey, and it sits very weightlessly on the skin. It can absolutely bring a flush of radiance and a little very natural sun-kissed feeling to the skin. This is pretty goof-proof. You could absolutely go out with a bare face, with a touch of this on, maybe a little bit on your eyelids, and feel good to go. These all have a 1-year shelf life. They are made in Italy. I just love this packaging. It is so gorgeous, and I keep these on my vanity. I don't mind that it doesn't have a mirror because I have so many products with mirrors already. This is also, it makes it 100% recyclable. I can also see the shades through the glass. So I thought those were really thoughtful details. Like if this is sitting on my vanity, I can tell which is which. Medium shade, and it just looks so funny like this. This is probably the one that looks the most orange. Has a lot of kickback. If I just start powdering my cheek from the temple down kind of towards my mouth. I do put like a grayer shade down just in this area, RMS contour bronzer, or let's say Huda Beauty's Tantor in light, and then I put this on top and it just melds perfectly. So if you are into mixing bronzers, mixing contour and bronzers and highlights, this is a really gorgeous shade to add to maybe something that's a little bit more muted, a little bit more gray, especially if you have a gold highlight that you love. Makes everything come together. So I want to show you what this looks like with perhaps a different brush. This is a lot stiffer. I think it is a non-synthetic brush. This is the SEPHORA 50 powder brush. It has like such a nice little domed tip. I use it for almost all my powders. And then this is a Morphe M527. God, who can remember their brush names? Please raise your hand and get out of the room. So this one is much stiffer, and I love that because whilst this is nice and fluffy like a little rabbit, this has more of a bristle and I can just sweep. It's like my perfect draping brush. Buffs in as I sweep, deposit just the right amount of product. I love it because I just know how hard to press it in. I do have morning sun coming in through the window. I do have a studio light on me, so you're seeing quite accurate representation. Just taking it over the bridge of the nose to show you how this really works as a bronzer, highlight, one-step blush, contour, everything. I think it's supposed to do everything. I don't have any foundation on. I only have a little bit of concealer, so any redness that you're seeing around my nose, that's natural, not from the bronzer. To address the smell, if you get this close to it, literally stick it right under your nose and give it a good whiff, it has a very clay-like smell. I don't know if you've walked into, let's say, a very new dorm room, new apartment, and you can smell the paint on the walls and kind of, you can smell the tiling grout and the fact that it's been cleaned recently. It has this like very drywall construction site smell. It's not off-putting and it's not too overbearing. It's just like the smell of a new home. Also, have you been to a pottery studio of any kind where you glaze a pot or you throw pottery? That's the kind of smell I'm getting. I think it smells like clay. It smells like the earth. It's not very strong. Like, I really have to get in this close to sniff it. I'm not smelling it on my face. This is what it looks like on the eyelids. In all fairness, if something's baked, it brings out all the aromatic qualities. I actually don't really think about the smell. I just saw that comment on Sephora and I was like, that's hilarious. Orange and smelly. We all have different sensitivities to scent though, so I totally get it. This is the deep color, and bringing it back to that swatch, it is so gorgeous. Everything does have shimmer in it. I think that makes it very skin perfecting. Like, my cheek here does look much smoother. It just has this luminosity. I'm not feeling like I have glitter on my face. There are no flecks of glitter that kind of blend out as you move the product around on your arm. So I think that is key. I wanted to show you what this looked like with two different brushes. So I'm picking it up with this Morphe x Jaclyn Hill Everything brush. You can use it for highlighter. It just has this nice little angled side. There's not too much kickback or fallout, but this is what it looks like if I just lightly tap it. And remember, this is far more red toned, so I definitely make it look like a little sunburn. That might have been a bit heavy. If I drape the excess product on my left side here, it can look far more natural. And because that's just too much, I can go back in with my powder brush and just buff it out. If I wanted to, I could go in with just the tip picking up powder. And circle my cheeks. Before you think that I'm entirely insane, let's put some on the eyelids to draw it all back together. Just a wash, like a little gradient upwards. I'm not trying to shape it, I'm just giving my monolids a little bit more definition. This is my second favorite shade. I do really like medium and I get the most out of medium, but this is a sleeper hit. I really think that the red tone is perfect for under your cheeks. I think it's perfect as an eyeshadow color if you're a similar complexion to me, and I will be right back. final thoughts. These are gorgeous little objects. For $34, you do get a lot of product. These are each 6 grams and they're domed, so you get quite a bit. It takes a while to get through this. I think for your money, you are definitely getting a versatile product. I don't think that this compares to other bronzers necessarily. They're not one-to-one with, let's say, the Fenty or the Airbrush matte bronzer from Charlotte Tilbury, or anything that's sort of in the realm of, here's a matte bronzer, go for it. Even with the NARS Laguna that has a little bit of shimmer in it, I think this still is playing in a different realm because it has so much shimmer and because of the colors that they came out with. I don't think this is for the soft glam, very matte look that you see on Instagram. Way too orange, and it's not a perfect contoured, sculpted look. It's really meant to look like you've been out in the sun, you have a nice glow, you're looking fresh and awake. If I put this in the Kosas lineup and I think about all the other products that I have from Kosas, this would just complement that entire look really well. This particular medium shade goes well with their 8th Muse, not the high intensity, but their 8th Muse blush cream duo, because it's so cool toned that this warm tone would just bring out the peachiness. It would be just a perfect pairing. This is better for a non-makeup look. It's giving me a lot of dewiness already, and I don't have a lot of dewiness on my skin from any other product. If you are my skin tone or a little bit lighter, and for reference, I am Kosas 04 in the Revealer Concealer as well as the Tinted Face Oil, and you are on the fence about going between the light shade and the medium shade, again, to me, it's a question of how you would use these products. If you're looking for a bronzer, I think this is the one for you. If you're looking for a nice, healthy warmth and a glow that's really subtle and nuanced, I think this is great. Celebrate the fact that you have a lot of pinks in your face. I'll try to swatch it one more time. Really don't know if anything will show up. I just happen to be right in between medium and light, and I'm right on the fence of maybe being exactly this skin tone. Finally, the sleeper hit can be a versatile shade as an eyeshadow, which I have on right here, and I'll tap on just a little bit more for you. This Deep Warmth. It is so creamy. That's it for my rolling review today. I am very curious to see if Kosas will come out with any other shades in this line in the future. I'd happily do another rolling update for you. If you still have questions about this or very specific wonderments, please leave a comment below. I happily read all of your comments, and I will try in my next rolling review of this product to give you a different look or a different take on it, and I'm just so happy to tell you what I think about these. If you liked this video and you found it helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps with Lady Algorithm. I upload every single week, and you can find me here at Slow Gaze. Again, my name is Diana. Thank you so much for watching till the end. I hope you are safe, I hope you are well, and I hope you are having a bronzy day. Adios.